We all have those moments where we just don't feel like we're enough. So today I wanted to share a 3-step process that I've found has helped many people overcome that feeling. The first step in this process is really simple. Just give ourselves some grace, some forgiveness. Like, life is tough. We're all perfectly imperfect, and we can only do what we know. As I always say, when we know better, we can do better. And let's just be honest. None of us take a single class on how to have a relationship, how to be a parent, how to even love ourselves. School, parenting, we're just not taught those things. We might get a lesson here or there from a friend, family member, even a parent. But we need a true focus on it. So give yourself grace. You can't be blamed for doing something you weren't even aware of. And a perfect example of this is, I wrote about this story in my book, Your Journey to Success. It's actually a girl who would, for a long time, she'd cut my hair, and she knew what I did for work. And every time I'd come in, she'd tell me about the latest situation with the man she was seeing, and would go on and on about how awful it is and how it's just not working out. And I'm just giving up on men, and I've just had it. And at one point she's like, so what do you think? It was the first time she'd kind of opened the door to maybe some feedback, because normally I just listen. I mean, nobody likes to be told what to do. Most people just want to be heard. Well, this time she kind of opened the door, and I said, I find it fascinating that none of us learn any of these dynamics about codependence or love addiction or love avoidance or relationships, what true healthy love looks like. Yet we all go into a relationship with the expectation that everybody knows, and they should just know what I want and give it to me when I deserve it. And as I said that to her, she was kind of nodding, and I said, but I find it fascinating that our hair, something that no matter how badly it gets butchered, it'll grow back perfectly on its own. But the government won't even allow anybody near it unless they have a license. Yet to learn how to be a parent, to learn about relationship dynamics or any of these things, we don't learn a single thing. And we somehow expect that everybody's going to do it right. And we also have the expectation of how could they hurt me? Now, I'm not advocating the government demand we take classes on this, but it's just a reality check of, isn't that fascinating? Our hair. We demand somebody have a license, or they can't even get near it. But parenting and all these things, the things that shape our lives, we learn nothing about. And most people, when I tell that story, they get defensive. Oh, well, I know what to do. And that's just shocking to me, that there's so much unwillingness to accept that fact of, wow, that's true. I haven't learned any of this. It doesn't make me bad. As I said, you can't be blamed for doing something you weren't aware of. But it really goes to show the level of shame and fear and denial we have about learning how to navigate these things. And so that's the first step, is give yourself grace. And then if you want to, you don't have to, but if you'd like to change the outcome of your relationships or the situation with your kids, then there's an opportunity to go learn about it if it works for you. Or you can just keep repeating the same old pain that you're going through. It's your choice. I won't judge you either way. But it's not going to change unless, one, we forgive ourselves, and then behind that, we put a plan in place to learn, to gain new knowledge so we can develop new skills, which eventually become a tool to become the parent we want to be and have the relationship we all deserve. So that's step number one. Now, step number two has to do with affirmations and accomplishments. Now, we all know do affirmations, but one of the things I don't really hear people talk about, which is key to making affirmations and accomplishments work. Yes, they talk about say things you like about yourself and write them all down, and those are all valid. But the secret is this. We have to feel it. Thoughts don't change us. Feelings change us. It's like I talk about. Everyone will say you have to believe in yourself, but no one's ever explained how we create belief in ourselves. Well, it's simple. Belief is when your feelings and your thoughts line up. Think about it. We've all had those experiences in our life where we're going into an event or a test or job interview, and we're driving there and we're like, man, I can feel it. This is going to go well. And so our thoughts line up with that, our feelings line up, and it goes well. We've had the converse experience, though, where we're driving, we're like, we can feel this dread. It's just awful. And we're like, I've got to get sick. I've got to cancel. I've got to get out of this. And what do? We try and talk positive. Come on, you can do this. Doesn't change it. We go in there feeling terrible and walk out feeling terrible, and things don't go well. Well, that's because we have to shift the way we feel. We need emotional mastery. Thought doesn't change us. Emotions change us. So here's the way to do affirmations and accomplishments. Yes, every day, wake up first thing in the morning, write down 3 things you like or love about yourself. But the key is this. You have to feel it. Like, this is embarrassing, but I've said this for years. I wake up every morning, I look down, I go, man, I love my feet. Like, I have gorgeous feet. I just do. I know I don't have a foot fetish or anything. They're like, and people like, there's been pictures on Facebook where my feet show up and people are like, you've got great feet. I'm like, I know. So, but do you see the joy? You can feel how much that's true. I love my feet. There are many other things I love about myself. That's the secret. What do you love about yourself or really like about yourself? Create that feeling and sit in that feeling. That's the most powerful step. Not just thinking it, not just writing it, feeling it. So every day, pick 3 things you just love about yourself. Now, there are going to be aspects of yourself that you're not quite there on. Like for me, I played pro sports. I always had a great body. Well, I mean, for 55, I look great, but I don't want to spend 3 hours in the gym anymore. But I remember what my body used to look like, so I can't stand in front of a mirror and go, man, I love my body. So you back it off. With those things you don't quite feel perfectly confident in, you switch it to, I'm willing. Do you feel the difference? I'm willing to like my body. Do you see, that gets us out of that shame and that sense of holding ourselves back and starts moving us in the direction of self-love and self-acceptance. And so those aspects of your life that you can't fully affirm, back it off to, I'm willing. Now make sure all the topics you're using are things about the way you look, your personality, the type of parent you are, the type of friend you are, the type of spouse or partner you are, the type of person you are in your career, every aspect. Those are things you're looking to affirm. Now, when it comes to accomplishments, it's a little bit different. At the end of the day, just write down 3 things you accomplished. Most of us end the day laying in bed going, God, I didn't get anything done. I'm such a piece of blank. And the truth is, we've accomplished so much more than we've ever given ourselves credit for. Like I have one university student, Zyra. She literally keeps a sheet with her all day. And she writes down everything. I had a glass of water. I went to the bathroom. Like, she acknowledges every single little thing she does. And if you are feeling like you're not enough, I would really encourage you to do what Zyra does. Start noticing and giving yourself approval and affirmation for all that you accomplish, okay? The final step is something called titration. Because if we don't feel like we're enough, we're really stuck in what's called complex PTSD. We have old trauma feelings that are getting in the way. So we need to learn to vacillate in and out of that. So my suggestion is you sit in that feeling of I'm not enough for 30 seconds and really focus on where you feel it in your body. And then for 30 seconds, ask yourself, what if I switched out of this? What if I moved a little bit in the other direction that I was enough? What does that feel like? Notice that in your body. Sit in that for 30 seconds. then go back. Just keep alternating between the two, and you're going to see that the feeling that you're not enough is going to lighten, and the feeling that you are enough is going to grow. And that will learn to get you out of this stuck, really PTSD state of feeling like you're not enough. Okay? So there are 3 tips for you to turn that around. I hope that's a help to you. If you think it's a help to you and will be to others, please like it, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts and feelings, and please share it. And one other thing, I'd suggest you pick up this book by Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. To me, this is the single best book that's ever been written on how to love yourself. Like when I read her book, I just feel like the feelings jump off the page. Now, for some men, it might be a little flowery, but open yourself up to feeling how much she cares. This will really help you. The only suggestion I have is she uses the phrase think. Just switch that to feel, because to shift us, it's a feeling process, not a thinking process. But this is the single greatest book on how to shift the way you feel about yourself. So I really encourage you to pick that up. She's just wonderful. I love her. All right, there you go. There are your tips for today. I hope that helps you. And as I always say, just keep enjoying the journey.